Hey, hey, hey. How are you doing? Welcome back to another Wednesday with me, Michelle Green, and the KBBU team. That's right. We have six, actually, maybe even seven amazing coaches coming to our KBBU business school. That's right. And what they do is they teach here. They teach right here at Kingdom Builders Business University. But listen, tonight I am in it all by myself. And that's absolutely all right because I love teaching. And I want to make sure that you are getting some fresh new information every single Wednesday from 9:30 until 10 or until we get finished. So listen, if this is your first time watching, let me back up. If this is your first time watching, we are Kingdom Builders Business University, a business school for entrepreneurs to obtain an associate certification, a bachelor's certification, or a DIP master's class certification. That's right. You can come into our business school, and the certificates that we provide to you will be able to be used for any lender or creditor or grantor. That's right. We have the solution to how your business can be set up right, how you can manage your money, your taxes, all things business credit, as well as getting grants in operations in addition to marketing, media, and sales. That's right. All of the above is the curriculum at KBBU. So we do everything, as I always say, from the rooter to the tutor. Woo! Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So we are here every single Wednesday. Make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And then you see that little bell at the top of your screen. Go ahead and click that notification bell so that you will never ever miss an episode of the Kingdom Builders Business University behind the scenes with me, Michelle Green, and our other coaches, which we have Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, we have Mr. Preston Johnson, we have Dr. Mary Hancock, we have Coach Doris Ross, we have Coach Sade Events, and we have Coach Yoshi. That's right. Martino Bryce. That's right. We have Martino Bryce, aka Yoshi, for some of you who know him as Yoshi. That's right. So listen, we aren't missing a beat over here. We are not missing a beat. And shout out to all of our previous coaches that we've had. Thank you for being a coach and being a part of KBBU in any way. We just want to say thank you. All right, so let's get into tonight's topic. The fall before the fortune. The fall before the fortune. What causes sabotage with entrepreneurs? What is the things that we tend to do as an entrepreneur that always seems to allow us to self-sabotage? Well, self-sabotage comes from a multiple list of things, but tonight I'm going to talk about some things in particular, and hopefully you'll be able to write down some notes, take away those nuggets, and be able to apply them immediately to your life. So let's get into it. One of the things that I look at when I think about being an entrepreneur myself of over 30 plus years, in addition to thinking about all of the entrepreneurs that I have had any kind of relationship over the years of the 30 plus years of my life, even before I became an entrepreneur, just watching other people as they do business and what their life is like. And listen, I've made a whole lot of mistakes in my life because I didn't have really anybody to teach me the things that I'm now teaching at my business university. So be grateful if you have a coach, a mentor, or anybody that's out there that's helping you in the journey of being a business owner. You need to give them a little shout out. You need to go ahead and let them know how much you thank them and love and care about them and what they have done for your life. You really need to give them a shout out, okay? Because it's not every day that everyone has the ability to be able to tune in to a place like Kingdom Builders Business University and gain actual things that they can, I'm talking about valuable, significant things, things that are unique to all industries. And we want to make sure that you are getting that. And if you are getting that from a mentor, coach, or some type of leader in your life, especially in business, then make sure that you give them a shout out and let them know how much you appreciate them in your life. Let's just start there before we get into the fall before the fortune. All right, so this fall before the fortune, what happens in the fall before the fortune? Well, one of the first things that I noticed as I've been a business owner over the years is that there is an overconfidence mindset. When I say an overconfidence mindset, it's believing in every idea that you have is the best idea. And it blinds you to be able to obtain better options in your business life. So, if you think about all business owners, we are creatives. We are people, at least I hope that most of us are, and we're not those kind of people that are just taking from somebody else and just using it for our advantage, because people have hard blood, sweat, and tears that they have poured into their businesses. Am I right or am I right? Okay, I can definitely testify to that one. But if you are a entrepreneur, most entrepreneurs are creatives. That means that we have a mindset around creating something new. But the problem around creating something new is that even though we have these ideas, we seem to think that every idea that we have is going to be the greatest idea. Well, let me just tell you a little something, something over the years of experience that I've had. Listen, we self sabotage and we have a fall before our fortune simply because we don't understand that every idea is not going to work. And when the ideas, especially the ones that we thought were going to work, doesn't work, then we hit rock bottom and it takes us too long to recover. So we don't want to be in this frame of mind of self-sabotaging just because we have so many different ideas. And yes, they may be a great idea, but when it comes to our ideas around our businesses, even though we are in the mindset that it's such a great and amazing thing that we thought of, we got the systems in place for it, we're equipping everything around this idea, but if it doesn't work, we cannot allow ourselves to fall from a high place to a very low place and stay down there and self-sabotage our business opportunity. Because when we look at the opportunities, the ideas that are coming up in our business mindset, we got to understand that we got to cater to the customer. We have to cater to what is actually working in the industry that we are in. What does the customer, what does the client need from you as a business owner? Even though it may seem like the best thing since sliced bread, it does not mean that your client is going to feel the same way. So many times we self sabotage our businesses because we are stuck in this mindset that my idea was the best idea. And your idea may be the greatest idea, but it may not be the greatest for your customer. So let's practice getting over ourselves. Let's practice getting over an idea that we had that maybe we told our whole team about, maybe we told our family members and friends about. Maybe we spread the word like it was going to be everything, and we hyped it up and we made it so big and so wide and so wonderful. But then nobody bought into that idea. Not one person bought into the idea. So, what do we need to do? We need to go back to the drawing board and understand, as business owners, how to go back to the drawing board immediately. I mean, like, just like them ideas came up in your mind and you thought it was the best thing since sliced bread, it's the same way that you need to pick yourself up and not sabotage your opportunity to be a business owner and go forward with something brand new. It's okay that things change. As a business owner, we are forever changing. It may be a foundation that we go by, that we stand on, but things will always change around that. So don't get caught up in just keeping things exactly the way that you thought of them originally. Don't get caught up in not allowing there to be any room for growth. Don't get caught up in it has to be my way or no way at all, because that is a sure way for you to fall and lose your fortune. Okay, all right, let's talk about it. I'm trying to tell you. Let's get into the second nugget. So, the fall before the fortune and what causes us as entrepreneurs to self sabotage is dismissing the competition. Now, I know that I always teach that we are not supposed to be looking at each other and trying to compete and compare ourselves to one another, because that's what the word of God tells us. We are not in competition. We shouldn't be jealous. We shouldn't be envious. We should definitely be the kind of person that understands that what our gift, skill, and talent is specifically for us. It's not for anybody else. It's actually for us. And we are the only ones that can perform that duty the way that we have been assigned to do it, the way that God has put it in us for us to give it to the world. That's the way it should be presented. So you could be in the same industry, you could be in the same field. It doesn't matter what industry, field, or what position you hold. What matters is that you understand that as a human being, as a person, don't be jealous, don't be competing and comparing. But what you should do is what I teach in my class called diplomatic corps. A diplomatic corps means literally check out the competition from the angle of not a competition per se, because we don't want to get into jealousy and we don't want to get into enviousness, but we do want to learn to see if someone in the same industry or someone in the same field or with the same position is doing things in a different way that is more meaningful and successful than what we are doing. When I say meaningful, I mean, is there progress in what the competition is doing? And what is it about their progress or their process, their systems, the way that they do things over there? What is it that they are doing that you are not doing as an entrepreneur to sabotage your own business? See, we can learn from each other, and we don't have to be jealous of one another, and we don't have to try to compete and compare and be envious of one another. We can simply have the good perspective, the right perspective of understanding that there are people that are in the fields that we are in, that are in the industries that we are in, and they have more knowledge and understanding to apply things in a different way than what we do. And with that being said, what's wrong with you taking a look at what somebody else is doing to see if it could be applied in your business and take your business all the way to the top? See, too many times we self sabotage because we only want to have the laser focus on our business. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that laser focus of on our actual companies ourselves. But we need to understand that we usually sabotage our own businesses simply because we are not looking at anybody else's business, and we think that of ourselves as the only company out there that is doing what we do. Even though there is a uniqueness, even though there is significance with us, within us, even though we are like separate from the rest, we really need to take a look at how other people do things in the same industry so that it will give us new, fresh ideas on what it is that we can change. I call it the secret sauce. So, when I say secret sauce, what I'm talking about is that when you look at the competition, instead of just having blindfolds on, where can nobody see you and you can't see nobody, and you don't ever look at what other people are doing, and you're not looking at an industry that you're in or a field or position to even take an analysis. Just take an analysis. Just take a review. Look at what they're doing and just take a look at what you're doing and see if there's something, that one little small thing that maybe you can implement that will shift your whole business livelihood. I'm trying to tell you, this is something that is really major in the times today. We want to just do everything ourselves. We don't ever want any help. And we don't want to look at anybody else's business because we think, oh, well, I'm doing it right. They're not doing it right. And I don't want to go looking at somebody else's business and what they're doing when I know that I'm doing it right. Well, sometimes we aren't doing it right. Sometimes we could stand to take a look at something else that somebody else is doing in their business industry that's similar to ours. Sometimes we could just, a few seconds could literally shake our whole entire business life world. And that is why it's so necessary for us to not just dismiss the competition. Do not dismiss the competition. Don't think of your business as untouchable. Don't think of your business as, oh, well, you never make me any mistakes. Look at the competition and see what their strategies are. Look at the competition and see if there is a gap in the market industry of them actually receiving revenue versus receiving profits. And take a look at your business and do just a comparison. Just do a small comparison and just see what you can implement that will catapult your business into the next dimension. That's right. So don't ignore the competition. Don't ignore them, because that is a way for self sabotage. Don't look at it from a perspective of jealousy or enviousness. Don't compete or compare in that negative light. Do it in a positive light with no intentions on being a copycat, but just being intentional about looking at how other people do things so that you can gain a better understanding of how you can conduct your business and bring it to its full manifestation of success. All right, so that's number two, baby. We're on a roll. All right, so let's talk about number three. When we talk about this fall before the fortune, right? And we're looking at all the things that we do to self sabotage. One of the other things that we do to self sabotage is not fully being prepared. When I say we are not prepared for preparation, we are not prepared for anything. We are not prepared for success, and we're not prepared for failure. That is something that will help us to self sabotage and have a fall before we receive the fortune that we were supposed to receive. Think about it for a second. If you are not prepared for failure, then that's going to cause your business to go into the dumps. That's going to cause your clients to drop off. That's going to cause your business to not even be seen or heard. That's going to cause a problem within your business success. So you cannot grow if you are not prepared for failure. If you haven't taken a look, if your only mindset is around, oh, I'm going to make it, I'm going to be successful, can't nobody tell me nothing. I know what I got going on. I know what I believe. And you know, the kind of people that, and I hope this isn't you, but the kind of people that believe something and you can't say anything negative to them. You can't even speak the word that is negative because they think that that's going to do something to their success. Okay, hopefully that's not you, but if it is, let's change. Let's change and become a different type of person as a business owner. Let's be a different kind of entrepreneur, and let's begin to stop sabotaging and position ourselves to be prepared for failure. Why is that so important as it relates to the fortune of your business? It is so important because I'm trying to tell you, like, the world is trying to fool us into believing that we should not be thinking negative. We should not be thinking about anything that's bad that's going to happen. We should not even consider, but that's a big old fat lie. Because what happens is when you do fail, because you're going to fail. Listen, as a business owner, you cannot just constantly be on the uphill. You cannot just constantly be, oh, I just got it going on. That's not how business works, okay? I don't care how great you are. I don't care if you dot all the I's and cross all the T's. You still will have some failures in business. Do you see me looking directly into your soul? Okay. I'm trying to tell you, I want this to really get deep down in your subconscious mind to understand it's not that you are a failure, it's just that business sometimes fails. And that is something that we really need to prepare for as business owners. The opposite of that is that we don't prepare for success. Not only do we not prepare for failure, but we don't prepare for success. We don't prepare for the opportunity to actually expand, to be able to get a grant, to be able to have a business line of credit, to be able to get a business credit loan, to be able to have vendor accounts, to being able to have whatever it is that you could possibly dream about, but maybe just hasn't manifested in your life right now. When I say that we do not prepare for success, I am so serious about this mindset. We don't even think about the the actual protocol, the steps that it takes, and the equipment, the resources, the time, and Lord God, the energy that it takes to be a success. We do not prepare ourselves. What we do is we get very content. We have a little bit of success, and then we're like, "Ooh, that was a lot. Let me go and relax." No, ma'am, and no, sir. If you are a business owner, if you are an entrepreneur, you thinking about being a business owner, listen, you need to prepare for the energy that it takes for you to be that. You need to understand the process every single 24 hours that it takes in order for you to be successful, in order for you to be in front of a camera, in order for you to be able to write a book, in order for you to be able to do what it is that you are doing to go to the next level financially, to be able to get your credit in the right position, to be able to have a team to take care of. All of the things that it takes in order for you to be a business owner, it takes preparation. Stop walking around sabotaging your business and your life just because you are not prepared for succeeding. You are not prepared for success and you're not prepared for failure. Okay? So when it comes to our mindset of having fortune before the fall, okay, we got to consider preparation. Preparation on both ends, not one end, preparation on all ends. We got to think about what is the reason why we keep on sabotaging our business life. So get prepared. If you believe that you are going to succeed as a business owner, prepare for that. What time and energy does it take for you to be successful? What kind of time do you need to go to bed? What time do you need to be working? What time do you need to take a break? What time do you need to tend to your family, your household, your bills? Okay, your credit. What time do you need to take to tend to your money? Okay, what time does it take for you to actually tend to the process of your clients? You got to make considerations of all of that. It's not just one thing, it's not just two things. It's the fact that we fail to prepare for success and for failure. So let's let that sink in as well. And I got one more that I'm going to talk about tonight before I get off. Listen, I hope that you are writing these nuggets down because they just don't come just every day. I'm trying to tell you. But make sure that you are subscribed to that YouTube channel and that you're following us everywhere at kb.michellegreen. I'm trying to tell you so that you will not miss an episode because you never know what we're going to talk about that's going to hit home. You never know what we're going to discuss that's going to be that one thing that you were missing that can catapult you to the next level. All right, so getting back to it, when we talk about this fall before the fortune, this is a major thing right here, okay? This is a major one. The thing that sabotages us is the fact that we like to take all the credit. Mm, mm. We like to take all the credit for everything. We want the credit for every system. We want the credit for every sale. We want the credit for every client. We want the credit for everything. The credit is not all yours, sir and ma'am. It's not all yours, sir and ma'am. It's not all yours, sir and ma'am. The credit cannot be given to you and you alone when it took more than just you in order to get there. You know, I think about starting out in my credit repair business some years ago, and I think about how the relationships originally began. And it was such a close knit relationship because we only had a handful of people. I'm talking about like people that we could count on one hand at the very beginning, and we were only charging like $20 to $35 for 3 months of service. And it was just such a happy, intimate time. Everybody knew each other, you know, the staff and the back office and the clients, and we were all just one big old happy family. Okay. But then as time progressed, and the business started to grow and things started getting a little bit more weightier. There were people and places and things that had to be done by deadlines, and nobody wanted to give anybody else credit for anything. Nobody wanted to take their credit away, and they just wanted everything to be all a focus on them. If you are a business owner, and especially if you are a leader of any kind, I don't care if you are just a parent or you are a spouse, whatever your position is, to be in leadership, you cannot take all the credit. You got to give credit to the people that is due to. You got to recognize and appreciate. You got to, you know, give them something to show that you care about their well being. It's not just about what you put into the pot. Even if you are a team of one, even if you are a team of one, there are others who had to sacrifice something for you to get there. Whether it was a parent, whether it was a spouse, whether it was a child, whether it was a sibling, whether it was a grandparent, a auntie, a uncle, a cousin, a friend, somebody sacrificed something for you. Maybe even your boss because you weren't even present on the job before you became a full-time entrepreneur. Somebody sacrificed something for you to be where you are. So even if you are a solopreneur, which you don't have to remain, you can come on over and click that website down below, www.kbbulllc.com, and we'll help you to no longer be a solo entrepreneur. But if you are a solo entrepreneur, you don't have to take credit for everything and try to make it seem like there's no one person that ever did anything for you in your whole entire business life. Because that's a lie. That's a lie. Even your creditors had to make a sacrifice because you couldn't pay the bills, right? You couldn't pay the creditors. You couldn't pay the lenders. Somebody sacrificed for you. So stop taking all the credit that it's just all about you and what you did, and it was all you, and you did every process, system, website, email setup. You did all of it. Come on now. If it wasn't for the other people who made these things available to you, it wouldn't even be possible. So even if you give nothing more than thanks for the fact that there are people who have services that done sacrifice their time to create systems so that you can use them and be a solopreneur, you need to at least give credit where credit is due. Okay? Stop saying that it's all about you and the things that you have done, because that is a sure, quick way for you to fall from fortune. You cannot succeed and be at the top tier of your life in business or in your life period trying to take all the credit. The quickest way to self sabotage is to try to make it seem like there's nobody else a part of your life that ever had anything to do with you being where you are. All right, I hope that sinks in. I hope that's like you feeling that in your gut. I hope you feeling that in your gut because it's truth. It's truth. And that's what we do here at KBBU. We make sure that we tell you the truth. So listen, if you are interested in getting into our associates program, our bachelor's program, or our VIP master's program, you need to go right now to kbbullc.com. Now, when you go to kbbullc.com, you are going to see this box pop up. And what is this box all about? Well, part of it is about telling you that we won the Best of South Carolina, and I'm so grateful for every person that contributed to us being able to be the Best of South Carolina. But also, you're going to see something that says the Media and Wealth Summit. I want you to know that we are only 3 days away. Actually, might as well say 2 days away now, because the summit party is on Saturday. That's right. We are having a party, and this is our way to give back, to not try to take all the credit for the things that we have achieved throughout our business life. And what that means is that we are partnering with CTR Media Network, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, that is our media and marketing coach here at KBBU. We're partnering with her and all of her businesses that she has: CTR Media Network, CTR Cares, CTR Homeschooling, as well as Kingdom Builders Business University, Kingdom Builders Credit Repair, and Kingdom Builders Community Development Center. We are a nonprofit organization as well, and we have ministry, we have Bible study, we have help to throughout the community, and we are partnering with them so that we can show you that we don't want all the credit. We don't want, because we know we didn't do this by ourselves. So one of the ways that we are showing you in real time that we are not